Hey folks, I thought I'd give you a quick update. This is April 18th, 2023. A few revisions since the last 10 update. Specifically this air conditioner here. I modified it to run on an Inkbird controller to set my temperature to pump in this cold air into the tent. And this is the hot air exhaust that goes out the roof. There's a catch basin right here that catches all the water condensate it creates, and I pump it out once or twice a week. Open the garage, pump it out. This is my Humidi-Tote, which is my fresh air intake that's always running. This fan's always running. I got a mesh screen on top, and that's it. And then inside this tote is a UVC light to help kill bacteria inside this bin, as well as a sump heater that keeps it at 85 degrees or close to it. And that's so you have consistent mist humidity generation that's uniform. And it doesn't really affect your inside temperature like you think it would, but it does affect your humidity generation. All right, I got a towel on top because there's a window that I can look in. You can't see, but there's a light in there. And then on the other side, that's my exhaust that goes out the wall from the bottom of the tent, comes in through out the wall. I used to have this in the tent, this fan here in the tent, but it kept failing. And this, it's easier to clean, less hazard environment, all that stuff. Inlet water filter goes in through a pressure check. I don't know if you see that. A pressure check that lowers it so I don't blow out my float and then have water all over my garage when it's said and done. But close up of fresh air intake. It's not pretty. Look how dirty that is. It's all spores and dust and everything else. I run this. I don't clean the fan because it's not rated for it. I'll run it till it dies and switch it out. Because all the gross is just going to go down into this tote and sink to the bottom. No big deal. Humidity generation is kind of like a filter on its own. So I built this this box here to be hot air exchange, which has two little holes, one underneath this side and one underneath this side that drip into this basin here. And I made all that with parts from big box hardware store. And then inside the tent, I got a manifold up there. I used to have one on the back side up above here. Didn't need it, overkill. I also used to have a second fan up here, but it kept wearing out because of all this input. And it was a circulating fan, and it did help with pinning and everything else, having that turbulent air. In addition to this, like one pedestal fan down here. All right, I know it's dark, but you can see it. That kicks on. And then there's also one little ballast air line way down there. It's just a 3/4 inch pipe that just kind of goosenecks over and out, and that's so pressure, whenever I blowing this in and over pressure, the first thing it's going to do is going to pump out there and the other drain on the other side over here. And that's so I don't blow my tent up because it looks like a bloated whale. And that's about it. I got a screen on the outside of that little pipe too, just for bugs, they don't ingress. That's flush 2 of a blue oyster mushroom. That's first flush of a gold pin set. All these ones up here, pink. You can't see that. What am I doing? Let's try that. It's the gold pin sets starting over here. You see it's starting a little bit. These are all golds. These are all pinks. That's an Italian oyster. That's a lion's mane, and you would think it would get dried out this close to a fan, but it doesn't, so don't worry about that. All right, I know it's ugly, but it works very, very efficiently. That's where my humidity and temperature sensor are hanging. I just use a rubber band. I don't know if you can see that. Not very good. You may have to turn for video light. And then this is just an experimental monitor that checks CO2 that a buddy of mine built that I'm working with. Hopefully I can get that integrated. Controls everything. But that's about it. Super simple. This is for my summer grow, and then during winter I actually put a space heater nearby. So please let me know if you have questions. I'd love to answer them. Take care.